Hey folks, it's Ardwulf. Welcome. This is an unboxing video or an unbagging video, as the case may be, of this product, the Ivinia Regional Module from Columbia Games. Except we're not doing this version. This is the one that the book that I had handy previously. This is the old version from the mid '80s. This is sort of the Viking region that it lies to the northeast of the island of Harn in the setting. And this is on the old school sort of cream paper. Today we have the new one. This is Ivinia, the Viking Lands. This is, again, still from Columbia Games. But this one is the new version with a very nice cover, I might add. So let's open this guy up and see what we get. Now, this is a loose. It doesn't come in a binder. And it's kind of big, so maybe it should. But on the other hand, you can absolutely... One of the virtues of the loose leaf format is that you can organize it how you want. So bearing that in mind, maybe you don't want an Ivinia binder. Maybe you want a regions binder, which has the Ivinia region and the Harn region and the Shorkeen region and whatever else. So everything is in this sort of cover here. Which is a quite nice sort of textured stock. At least it feels nice. I think so. And you could, of course, cut this up and turn it into your binder cover inserts if you want. And then we have two things inside. I'll save the best for last. We have the Ivinia Regional Module itself. Now, looks like it's 82 pages. So let's give it a leaf through. Ivinia is a group of several hundred islands lying off the northwest coast of Lithia across the Sea of Ive from Harn. The largest islands are Ive, Ivolin, Huthang, Langia, Rosal, Vabna, Zweigen, Isling, Heg, and Lokum. It is mountainous and heavily forested. So this is going to parallel the Harn Master Module. There is an unboxing and leaf through of that in the channel. Go check that out. I'll see if I can remember to put a link. Probably put this all in a playlist, actually, thinking about it when it goes live. This is going to parallel the contents of the Harn the Harn Regional Master Module, but is going to focus on Ivinia instead. So here we have a thing about the Ivinians, the age of a Viking. The Viking is a sort of an action noun. You're going to go Viking when you're going to go raiding, for example. And that can mean merchant trading too. But at least stereotypically, it includes largely raiding and killing and pillaging and that kind of stuff. So we have some stuff about the clan structure, because Ivinian society is clan-based. Military capability, so how Ivinian military organizations are structured is covered here. The Liarl, the Code of the Warrior. This is kind of like the Bushido of the Vikings for the Harn setting. And the Church of Sarayin, who is like the Sky Father, the Odin figure of Ivinian religion. Ivinian law, which is vendetta law. This talks about the Ivinian language and script and arts and crafts and cultures and stuff like that. Here we have some discussions of the settlements and settlement patterns. There are 14 kingdoms in Ivinia, which is much larger than the much smaller number of kingdoms in Harn, but the Harn kingdoms tend to be smaller. Some of these are quite small. Some of them are pretty big, but some of them are pretty small. At least some of this has seen additional development, which is available for download through DriveThruRPG. I know that I have the Menglana Kingdom module from back in the day, for example. So then that is, it looks like the most populous of the kingdoms, but then Selden Ball is like, there's like a regional kings and a high king. And the whole thing is bigger than Menglana. And some of these are pretty small. Like there's only 4,400 people in Bashea, for example. Bashea? Well, as before, my disclaimer on the names of Harn, I'm going to pronounce them how I think they sound cool. So if they're not the official pronunciations, then I am completely comfortable with that. So here is the political map of the different kingdoms of Seldenball and Ibenval and Menglana up here. Ragna, which is sort of a piratey kingdom. It's piratey even by Viking standards. Jarenmark, which a big chunk of which actually exists on the mainland. Same with HarnWorld. A big chunk of HarnWorld actually exists in the Shorkina region. So here we have some breakdowns of the individual kingdoms. Here's Bashea, Eldiskal, Govina, along with pictures of some of the notable personalities there. Ibn gets more than a page. Jarenmark only gets a page. Lokis. Manglana gets a couple of pages as well, as it should. Ragna gets a page. Seldenball, probably, the great kingdom of Seldenball. Loose federation of 5 Ivinian kingdoms. So we're getting quite a bit on Seldenball. Quite nice art. Is there credits here somewhere? There should be credits in the beginning, which I probably should have mentioned. Artists is Richard Luschek and Eric Hotz. All the new stuff is pretty much by Richard. The old stuff is by Eric Hotz. Ivinian colonies across sort of northwestern Lithia, which is pretty interesting. So you can see here, up here we have Ivinia. Here's HarnWorld, which is the closest Ivinian colony, but we also have the kingdom of Orbal on the island of Harn. We have some representation in Shorkina. The kingdom of Palathane or Palathane is an Ivinian colony, and there are some Ivinian colonies here on Hepacaria as well. And trade penetrates even deep into the Venarian Sea. And of course, we have the sort of route here paralleling that of the Kievan Rus, sort of across land down to the Central Sea. Here we have an economic map of trade goods, which is nice, also nice to have for background. Section on economics and trade, prices and incomes. Here are your birthplace generation tables for Ivinia. Different occupations and a way to randomly generate between them, and some stuff on the regional map. So there's a whole bunch of book left here. Let's see what we still have. Watch routines, weather generation. So there's a weather. This is the best RPG, the best manual RPG weather generation system that I have seen. And so it's actually there's a different table for Ivinia, and in fact it's 2 different tables: a cool table and a subarctic table. Then you get on Harn, where it's all kind of one. The whole island is one table. So that's taken into account, and you basically have a status that moves up and down on the chart. So it's unlikely that you'll go from warm weather to snow, because it's not Ohio or anything. That literally happened the other day. So neat weather generation system, actually, and how to use it is explained right here pretty succinctly. And then we have a big index of different places and people and cultural features in Ivinia. The Elkiri are Sarien's wives and helpmates, mostly recruited from slain mortal shield maidens. So think Valkyries. There's a real close, if you can't tell, there's a real close parallel between the historical Scandinavian culture and the Ivinian culture. But that said, there's differences too. But also, it's a closer parallel than you normally see on Harn. Harn goes a little farther afield from the historical precedents. We got a little mini map of Lithia here. So speeding off to the end of the index. Is that the whole rest of the article? It is, in fact, the whole rest of the article. So we got 82 pages plus a big index for Ivinia. Very handsome article. I'm gonna have to figure out how to store this now since there's no box or binder, but I'll work it out. And then also included is the Ivinia Regional Map. Now I've chosen this particular distance from the camera so that I can show you as much of the regional map as possible. I, of course, own multiple copies of this because it's me. So this is the Ivinia Regional Map, and I have gushed about the Harn Regional Map in the past. This is the Ivinia region in exactly the same style. So I'm going to adjust it a little bit so you can maybe get a little better glimpse of what's going on. Maybe peel that up just a bit. But this is the island of Ive here, which is separated. It's hard to see unless you actually go in and trace the coastlines. It's separated from the Lithian mainland by this sea, the Chazarian Sea right here. And then we have the large island of Hutheng, which you might be tempted to equate with Iceland, and that's not totally off base, but it's a lot closer to Ivinia than Iceland was to historical Scandinavia. So this is the Ivinia regional module, the new version from Columbia Games. It's very handsome. I'm going to now figure out how to put this thing in a binder or something like that, but it looks great. A really nice revision of a very old product that was out of print for a very long time. The map is as gorgeous as, I mean, it's the same map that I already have 2 copies of. But it's just as gorgeous as I expected it to be. This will all go in my Harn collection and hopefully will feature in an upcoming campaign. I want to thank you for watching. Please like the video if you have enjoyed it. Please subscribe to the channel. There will be more Harn content on the way. And I would like to encourage you to check out the Patreon, which is linked in the video description. Thanks for watching. Everybody have a great day and happy gaming.